And that's how Godzilla ends.
So the movie was exactly like every other Godzilla movie?
Yep, and boy are the nerds angry.
Why are they angry? They got what they claimed they wanted.
Exactly. I am here to make an unsupported declarative statement. Speaking of nerds, I will have you know that I am many things: humanitarian, godly monster of peace, excellent ballroom dancer, but I am not a nerd.
Yes, you are. You're a Bible nerd.
I am... Point taken. Just tell us your declarative statement and be on your way, Saint Annoying. Very well. The declarative statement goes a little something like this. The movie industry owes all of its success to Jesus Christ. Done? Yes.
Okay, well, that's nice. So, are you going to see the new X-Men movie? I am. The X-Men are based on real people. Just replace mutants with self-aware toaster ovens and it's practically the same thing.
I don't think you guys heard me. I said that Hollywood owes all of its success to Jesus, my best friend is Fundy Monster, Christ. We heard, we just don't care. I am attacking the very heart of the entertainment industrial complex and you guys don't care? I mean, come on, the only export we have left in the US of A are movies. You gotta care.
Not really.
You guys don't want to know why I'm saying that Hollywood owes its success to J to the C? It's really original and not stolen from other conservative Christians on YouTube.
If I were to hazard a wild guess, you're going to say that Hollywood steals the story of Jesus whenever they want to make a movie that features the hero's journey in it.
Yeah, basic Joseph Campbell crap.
Yeah, everybody knows that.
So, you agree with me that they steal the story of Jesus to use in their scripts? Yeah, except they write better stories with it. What? They take a dull, boring, dry story about some dude who wears a dress and has some lame superpowers, and then you turn it into an awesome movie with action and interesting characters and exotic settings, and if you're really lucky, PG-13 boobs. The New Testament isn't dry and boring, and those were robes. Jesus was not a cross-dresser.
Well, in the end, he was a cross-dresser. If you think about it. Get it? Cross-dresser?
Ha! Good one! That needs to go on a t-shirt, like a picture of Jesus on the cross, and underneath it, it says, World's First Cross-Dresser. Stop it! You guys keep digging your way down to Torture Town all you want. I'm telling you that the Jesus story inspired all these Hollywood movies because the story is so epic.
Not as epic as Star Trek 2 and 3, The Death and Resurrection of Spock.
The story of Jesus is better.
Ha! The Bible didn't have Christopher Lloyd as Klingon Commander Krug and was sadly lacking any James T. Kirk. And did Jesus kick Satan into a volcano at any point? I think not. Star Trek was good, but Harry Potter did it better. The whole fight at the end after Harry comes back to life was thrilling.
Harry Potter is about witchcraft and magic and a whole bunch of Satan-inspired things. That's why the original Jesus story is 500 times better.
Jesus used witchcraft. He multiplied food, transfigured water into wine, and even cured people with some hocus pocus. He even used Avada Kedavra on a fig tree.
Those were miracles! My favorite of all time was the Iron Giant. I have never ever cried more in a movie when he sacrifices himself at the end. Except 10 minutes later when you find out that he came back to life. My second place Jesus ripoff story, RoboCop. RoboCop! Yeah, dude's a hero. He dies and then he comes back. It's the Christ story, but with guns, blow, and Wally Cox. That was a cartoon and a robot movie, and they were totally stolen from the Bible. Let's just pretend that I agree with you. So what? Artists are always drawing inspiration from previous works of art. Considering how deeply ingrained the Bible is in Western culture, it's inevitable that it would inspire authors, screenwriters, and movie makers. Big whoop. Yeah, art just doesn't sprout up out of the ground. It's a product of the culture and stories that the culture tells. In 100 years, there'll probably be movies based on who knows what, and some future dude will accuse them of ripping them off. Yeah, just like there were probably ancient cavemen who would accuse each other of ripping off each other's cave paintings of antelopes. Oh, look at us. Ugh, do I have to? I have to see you stinkburgers every day. Shut up. Some people could say that we're a ripoff of the Muppets, except with swearing and sex talk and social satire.
And less corny jokes.
And gay characters. I don't know, Bunsen Honeydew and Beaker?
I hear through the grapevine it's Gonzo and Rizzo. I thought Gonzo liked Camilla the chicken. She's his beard.
We are way off topic. And the gay couple on that show are Scooter and New Zealand. Where did we leave off?
Cave paintings of antelopes.
Right. Just because something is similar doesn't mean that it's ripped off or even an homage. I don't think that E.T. is a rip-off or homage to Jesus. I think that death and resurrection are common themes in human storytelling because we all wish that there's something after death or that death can be cheated somehow. So we write stories about it.
We wish that a hero with superpowers will fight for us, even die for us. King Arthur, Han Solo, Spock, John Coffey, Gandalf, Klaatu, Sidney Carton.
Who's Sidney Carton?
From A Tale of Two Cities? It's a far, far better thing. Read a book!
But they won't admit that they stole or drew inspiration from the Bible or Jesus.
I hear it all the time in interviews. I mean, what do you want? For there to be a disclaimer in front of movies telling the audience that the movie they're about to enjoy was inspired by the story of Jesus?
Yes. That and a brief moment of prayerful thanks from the audience to Jesus for the movie they're about to enjoy. Well, at least your demands are reasonable. They are. Movies like E.T. and The Matrix all got main characters that perform miracles and then die and then are resurrected. Credit where credit is due, that's what I say. And maybe a little of the gross profits.
What do you guys think?
What movies do you think draw inspiration or are directly lifted from the Bible?
And are there movies that lift things from other religions? And are they actually inspired by the Bible in the first place, or just stories inspired by common themes in human culture?
Comment. You know, the more I think about it, the more I like that disclaimer idea. I think I'll start a petition.
How would you like it if they put a disclaimer in front of the Bible telling the readers that the stories in the Bible were inspired by other stories and cultures?
That's bonkers, because the Bible isn't inspired by other stories. It's totally original. What? And I'm telling you right now that if you want to be on the show more, you need to pay me more money. Oh, hello. Get out of here. I'm just here to make a quick announcement that this Saturday I will be once again co-hosting the Very Public Spanking of show. And this week, the Very Public Spanking of is going to be of Exorcism. Remember, it's going to be myself, Finite Atticus, Monkey Tail 2000, maybe Logic, and our guest host will be DevShell 2, and it's going to be a fantastic time. Remember, this is the show where we give a good riffing to exorcism videos that we find on YouTube. The show is 3 p.m. Pacific time, 6 p.m. East Coast time, whatever that time is in the middle of the country, and 1,000,000 o'clock in Europe. The other thing that I am here to announce is that this Sunday, I am going to be co-hosting a review show with YouTube's own Steve Shives of Steve Likes to Curse. And we are going to be doing a kind of late-to-the-party, post-hype review of Godzilla, the movie that just came out last week. So please tune into that. It's probably going to be a lot of fun. This is something that Steve and I are trying out to see if people like it. And that is going to be on Sunday at 12 noon Pacific time. That's 3 p.m. East Coast time. And you guys figure out wherever else, whatever else it is, and on those other times. I hope to see you there. Hopefully it'll be a lot of fun. That's it. See you guys later. Get over here. I'm not done with you. Hello, my fellow Opinion Villagers. Today is May 23rd, 2014, and it's Bab Day, Heat Awareness Safety Day, National Polka Dot Day, National Title Track Day, National Taffy Day, National Wig Out Day, World Crohn's and Colitis Day, World Turtle Day, and Don't Fry Day. So be sure to celebrate these sacred holidays by sunbathing while eating a turtle. And now, on to the questions. Jemilnik asks, intimate questions. Are the backgrounds / backdrops behind the puppets designed or by pure coincidence? For now, they're pure coincidence, but right now I am working on actual sets that will go into the actual studio, and by studio I mean my garage, and hopefully you're going to be seeing some of that fairly soon, like maybe next week. Onk Infinitus asks, intimate question for Fundy Monster. If I had evidence that could convince you that Yahweh doesn't exist, would you want to see it?
Of course I'd want to see it. So I could make fun of you. You don't get it. There's no evidence that you could show me, or Kem Ham, or Ray Comfort, or any of the other rational thinking creationists that could convince us that we're wrong. You could put me in a time machine and travel me back in time and show me that Jesus never existed, and I still wouldn't believe you.
Radical Bacon asks, to the puppets, what do you think of Meet Jason's front teeth?
Professor Quenterforce-Q Dunderhead here. Meet Jason has a condition known as diastema, in which his two front top incisors, or teeth, have a gap between them. Since the Middle Ages, gap-toothed people, especially women, are rumored to be especially lustful.
The lad with the pink rod asks, intimate question for all. What do I have in my pocketises? I'm going to have to make up a new rule for intimate questions because a lot of people have been asking questions that involve all of the puppets. And the problem is that right now all of the puppets means about 24 different puppets. Now, some haven't made an appearance in a long time, but when you ask for all the puppets, it means that you're going to have an extraordinarily long answer on your hands. And I'm trying to keep this show within a time limit and not have the intimate question section be a half hour long. So I'm going to ask you, please, if you're going to ask an intimate question, name the character that you want to have answer it the most, or if it's going to be a general question to all the puppets, you're going to wind up having me answer it, and I know none of you want to stare at my face any longer than you have to. So please, be specific. Name a character. And I know what's in your pockets, lad with a pink rod. And it's probably your pink rod. Yeah, sex joke. WW Xenadu asks, okay, I've got an intimate question that won't be answered. If Oscar ever does get to learn to drive, then what would be his ideal automobile?
Oscar? Who's Oscar? Does anybody know who Oscar is? Boy, I wish I had gotten that car question instead of Oscar. I totally know what a super awesome car I would drive around. But it's not for me. It's for Oscar. And my name is Oswald. I guess we should forward that question to Sesame Street.
My Thousand Faces asks, intimate question for Oswald. What are your 3 favorite movies and why?
My 3 favorite movies are King Kong, Old Times King Kong, Disco 70 King Kong, and Super Nice King Kong. I can really identify with a big, strong monster that no one really understands.
Alright, enough of that. Remember, if you have an intimate question that you want to ask intimate questions, then please leave it down below in the comment section. Usually it's the first 5 that get answered, but every other week it's the last 5, just to be fair for latecomers. Also, as I just reminded Lad with a big rod, please make your questions specific to a character so that I'm not doing this segment forever. Anyway, until next time, my magnificent Mandalorians, this has been Jason with a D.
Hey Jason,
What?
Raul wants you to read this piece of paper.
Okay.
Out loud to the camera!
Okay. Jason, you're being replaced by a magic picture frame. Raul J. Raul, executive producer.
What? Time for shoutouts! Hey everybody, it's Jason's final appearance on the shoutout section.
What?
So let's make sure these shoutouts go extra special. Hello, Miracat. If you're one of those stink animals that live in the deserts in Africa,
You know, the kind that people pretend are cute, but in real life they're kind of scary looking? Ice. I want a name that's only one word, like ice. I want to be fuzzy, Hewlett. Crap hard. Mr. Crap Hard, you need to really sue your parents. Mr. Deadhead, you went way overboard on the D's there, buddy. Still smiling skeptic. You are only still smiling because you haven't watched any creationist videos yet. Then you'll be called the always crying skeptic. Chris. Cookie, you sound delicious, Chris. Black Wolf of Doom. Huh. Is there like a pink wolf of happy picnics? Justin, atheist. I sure hope you are an atheist, because it would be really hard being a fundamentalist Christian with a last name like that. Glasshammer 52. There is no difference between a glass hammer and a regular hammer. They both break glass the same. You don't have to buy a special hammer just for glass. Don't make the same mistake I did. Ghostly atheist. Oh no! What happened? Did a Ray Comfort video kill you? Okay, that's it. Remember, if you want a shout out, leave it down in the comment section. And now let's bid a fond farewell to Jason. Bye.
Are you telling me that Raul is taking me off this segment?
Yup, he felt that the segment needed a change.
So every week I don't have to let you air my embarrassing dirty laundry or listen to your insane ramblings?
Nope. See, it was like this. I was in the cafeteria eating my usual lunch of pimento loaf and strawberry jello when... Hello? Jason? Huh? I guess you got to go to the bathroom.
Oh, Trudeau here, with even more suggestions for what you could have done instead of watching a grown man play with puppets. Bhaskar Jag Bensib, aka, says that they could have drawn more concepts for characters of Most Retarded Super Friends ever. Oh, another reference to that other show that Jason with a D does. The one with all the swearing and the sex talk and the inappropriate humor. Huh. Sounds like this show, actually. Anti-Mini says that they could have found better questions for intimate questions. Do you like cookies? Seriously? Yes, indeed. How terribly stupid. Cookie questions. Why, there ought to be a law. I am incensed. I like pecan sandies, by the way. Oh, and finally, Firefly4F4 says that he could be watching a web series where an animated patchy head guy talks about thought realms, chakras, mystical energies, and Martians settling on the lost continent of Atlantis. Oh, well that sounds like time well spent. Not. See what I did there? It was a joke from like circa 1999. It was hilarious. I will bring that expression back.